So hello, this is my Google Classroom. The population was, the context was an English institute which is called Fundación Colombo Americana Ibagué. It's located in Cadiz neighborhood, and it has 20 levels. They assign different levels to teachers. In this case, they assigned me the 9th level out of 20. They have 20 levels, and this is called the Skills 3. This is the 9th level. Here, students are low intermediate. In this case, the population was 10 students whose ages range between 15 and 22. And well, that's it. Let's go to it. And here in Trabajo de Clase, as we can see, I have different topics because these topics depend on the book. The book itself. Here I created first the syllabus. I'm going to show it very fast because I have a lot of information and the 15 minutes are not enough. I hope the teacher pauses every time he wants to do it, please. Here I started with a logo, course identification, course description, the objectives, and methodology. This part is very important because here the group and whole class discussions of the topics where they require critical stances. Also, the classes are devoted to making of meaning out of the topics and content covered in the 2 units with the use of technology and several thematic modes of communication. These classes will be devoted to cooperative and collaborative work, and their response in any mode on Google Classroom. Here I have the schedule for the first week. That is half of the first unit we're going to cover. And here we have different topics. As you can see, we have the psychology of color, and these are the linguistic form. As always, it's always embedded in a textbook. In this case, it's gerunds and infinitives. Under reading, we have personality from nature or nurture. That is a discussion. Communication goals, we have present a place, created with informed decisions, and I have some assignments in class, both in class and at home. So here, for example, we're going to delve into these activities soon. But these are some assignments, some quizzes assignments also here, and a lot of multimodal tasks that I decided to design in order for my students to make meaning out of the topics and redesign their meanings through their personal representations. So I have here, for example, the deadline for the activities. These are some in classes practices and some multimodal tasks. Here the evaluation, I also wrote it, the description of assignments, and the assignments explain very detailed for the students. These assignments are also described in the tasks themselves in the Google Classroom. All of these activities are aimed at having students make meaning through different semiotic resources. So let's start with what the students have done. Here the topic was, the first one was the psychology of color. They read about that, so I asked them to draw a place with different colors. And in an informed way, they had to explain in pairs in the class, as we saw in the syllabus, to make meaning, to communicate using different resources such as body language, exaggeration, and everything they want in order to communicate the choosing of the selection of the color. They also had to take the picture and post it. They didn't do it in this question because they realized that in the question they couldn't attach a picture, so that's why they did it as a group and whole post. Also, I have some topics here. Let's say what they had done first. Here, very fast. The first thing, I asked the question, and as they couldn't answer with a picture, they had to post it. Here, for example, we have they had to choose a place in a very informed with informed decisions. They had to to color and say what or who was the let's say the population for these places and why they chose certain colors. I commented on their work. Some of them justify the selection of the colors. Well, it is worth mentioning again that they already did very multimodal presentation in class. That was one of the activities. Another activity was the for the topic get people to know you. So for this goal, here we concentrated on the form. So I created in Quizlet an activity so they practice which verbs followed an infinitive or a gerund, and here they did it in class. And they could practice a lot in the different types of activities. Also, this was one of their favorite multimodal tasks because they had to through emojis they had to make to represent their preferences and goals, because the communication goal was get someone to know you. So they screenshotted a selection of emojis and they posted it. And another classmate, as a cooperative work, they had to comment using the gerunds and infinitives, and also comment guessing what they wanted to communicate, what meaning they intended to make through these emojis. So here another classmate selected one of them and they guessed what they wanted to express using the gerunds and infinitives. Also, another activity was well, to evaluate this, I created a pop quiz on Google Forms. And well, something very cool of this is that I created a multiple selection. They had to choose to complete the idea of the sentence using gerunds and infinitives. So that's how I evaluated them. Something very interesting of this is the automatic or the auto grade. How was it possible? This is possible with a complement that we can add to our form. As you can see, they all answered, and the paper and the form auto graded itself. And it's possible with a complement called Fluvaru. As you can see, we have here complements. We have here some complements. Sorry, complements, and as you can see here, I don't know what happens here. When I set the quiz, which were the answer keys. Also, we added a complement called Fluvaru, which allows to auto grade which allows an auto grade. Here in this case is enabled. So this is a very easy way to calculate our work. For example, and here if we go to this task, to this quiz assignment, all of them presented them. Well, there were 2 students that didn't do it, but because maybe they didn't click on deliver. So the instructions were clear, and well, it's a very good way of evaluating our students. Also, as another task or assignment, I had my students read a passage from the book that we had already read, but I uploaded this as a material in case they had it at hand. So very, very easy to get. They had to make a mind map. They had to make meaning out of the reading and redesign their meanings through a mind map in which they included pictures, symbols, icons, emojis, and short phrases, reacting to the main idea of the reading and comparing the main argument with their personal experience, because it was about personality. So they had to to say if they had difference or similarities with their parents' personalities. After they posted that mind map, as we could see, some students did it, and let's see. Here we have a mind map, which definitely shows that these students made meaning out of their reading, and also she's expressing what I required, what I asked them to do as a task. Here we don't have any reaction, but students had to react in any way they want, and using very different semiotic resources in order to express if they are like their classmate, if they are similar, if they have similar cases or different cases. And well, as you could see, it's a very rich work that they have done, and well, that's it. We have a lot of multimodal tasks. I can't delve into them very specific, but I hope the teacher pauses and reads all the activities that are in the syllabus, that I am sure are very clear for everybody. Well, now I'm going to answer some of the questions. By designing and implementing this course management system, I could learn that there exist other new pedagogical strategies to implement in our eFood classroom. Using this blended teaching in class allowed students and me to develop several actions that are not possible in a conventional class without the use of technologies such as communication through images, reaction with the stickers, easy feedback, and practical quizzes. This implementation also allowed to trigger collaborative work in a way that is different from the collaboration done in a conventional class. Students showed to be eager and curious to try new tools to pause their personal representation and to respond to meaning redesigns of other classmates whom they usually do not pair up with it in the physical class. Moreover, the implementation of this course management system allowed me as a teacher to have a better organized way of planning a course and designing activities, as well as to establish deadlines and elements from the course, such as the syllabus, materials, and other aspects. What are the disadvantages? Well, I didn't find any disadvantage related to the use in the language classroom. Maybe if this is well managed by well-informed teachers, they devote time to provide feedback, designs appropriately, monitors students' work, and establishes an appropriate percentage to use compared to the physical class, it won't have any disadvantage. However, I did evidence disadvantages related to the course management system classroom itself. One of them is that it doesn't allow to react to other classrooms in a specific space in a very, let's say, private way. Another disadvantage is that when the teacher asks a question, as I already mentioned, Google Classroom does not allow students to respond attaching something. Yeah, so they had to post it as a whole post for the group. Well, despite this previous disadvantage, I would say that I would stay with this course management system rather than with a blog. This is because students tend to perceive blogs as something almost obsolete and sometimes already from their netbooks. According to what I heard from my students, when I asked them to tell me their perception of Google Classroom, they consider that Google Classroom is an app as it is an app of Google, and therefore it can be linked in many ways to other apps compatible and collaborators of it, offering them different elements of the internet in a linked and reachable way. Moreover, I would say that with this course management system, I would stay with them despite the disadvantages that I already mentioned, because in the end, they can be overcome, and we as teachers can choose, design and plan activities or materials based on the course management system needs. However, I would use and have students use blogs as well. I'm not discarding blogs. Well, because of time, I hope the teacher can read this information. I'm so sorry, but my time was very limited. I have 14 minutes. These were some elements that I considered in the implementation. The first one is the call. The second one was, let's say, principles and guidance provided by different authors. The third one was blended learning. The fourth one was assessment through computers from that Nathan Carr elaborates. And the fifth, of course, is the most important, which is the implementation the interplay of semiotic and